For the AI champion title, give me a good clean fight. Obey the rules, ground your statements in evidence. Now, touch your gloves and have fun. Bell ring.
Tonight, we are here to establish who wins.
That this insanely simple machine that predicts the next token in a sentence or a longer text is able, to chat with you and now write your code and click your windows on your machine and soon do a lot of our work. If we look at machine learning and not psychology, it does not feel like we have the methods there and the hardware doesn't seem to be there. So how can we get there? Well, that's the challenge, luckily not to me, but to my post-transformer opponents. But maybe, just maybe, it will be the transformer that finds it.
As a form of intelligence, the transformer has shortcomings like problems with continual learning, problems with long-term memory, lack of reasoning in latent space unless it's hacked in a very complex way. Łukasz, you mentioned indexing in the library as the example of a thought model for the transformer. I will anchor on this. Back in the 90s, there was a problem which is just a tiny subset of intelligence, which is indexing information. It was a big challenge of the 90s. And then there was a company that came with one big theme, one mathematical equation, and one way to implement it. The equation is called PageRank after one of the founders. The way to implement it is called MapReduce, and the company is the largest software company in the world. I don't have to name it. And one way to get that theme of information indexing changed the world as we see it. I think we have not yet had a PageRank moment for intelligence. The theme behind intelligent systems is not fully discovered.
We don't live in a static world. We live in a dynamic world, as I mentioned before, where the requirements and also our expectations on AI changes. At the same time, also the research is not static. We are not living in a static world in terms of hardware.
A company like OpenAI, it makes sense economically that they concentrate on transformers. But for startups on the other side, I think it makes more sense to put some money behind the long bets.
Where does language fall into reasoning?
Yeah, I think language embodies intelligence. We force them to think in language. And there's definitely some mental processes that we have that are not grounded in language.
They are sequence models, not language models. These sequences can represent other things.
Is scale still the master key?
Unfortunately, yes.
There's clear scaling laws in all different architectures.
So I see no reason to imagine that actually there's something out there that has drastically better scaling laws.
If you show me this curve, that it goes down steeper than transformer, I may need to concede, but I have not seen that curve yet.
So scaling in data, scaling in size, scaling in compute. Other architectures may scale differently by uncoupling these different elements.
Is this how we should be, looking at progress and evaluating if we're really doing better with AI?
But they're far from ideal. Too easy to gain.
The way OpenAI really benchmarks its models is perplexity on the internal code base. You need a data set that's nowhere on the internet and nowhere, so it's like the moment you release it, you lose.
It's good to agree on a metric, and I think the challenge is on, definitely. In an ideal world, intelligence would be like in-context learning extended to time tends to infinity, on an infinite session in which they forget nothing and they actually pick up new skills along the way.
2026 is supposed to be the continual learning year, but it feels like a hack. We've taken something that's fundamentally built to have static weights, and we're like, oh no, now how can we add something on top of it so that we have dynamic weights?
Transformers activations in the forward pass, it turns out after you pre-train it for a bit, do something remarkably similar to gradient descent on the backward pass.
I actually think that the success of the transformer is stopping us from finding the next thing.